Speaking of Trump, Elon Musk and this directive to employees to sending, to sort of, I guess maybe to micromanage employees, what exactly is going on here and how do you think this will pan out?
Okay, so maybe we need to do Management 101. There's something called the 14 Principles of Management, one of the oldest concepts in management, 1914 or so. And there are 14 principles that make up what management is. Principles. One of them has something called the chain of command, right? Or chain of, that is counter to that principle. Right? You don't talk to the big boss, you talk to the small boss. Yeah. That's what hierarchies are for, right? So when someone is external of a system, because I like to think of Elon Musk as a consultant in the American government, DOGE, right? Department for Government Efficiency. That's a consultant. So I'm also a business and management consultant. I can imagine going to a company that has 2 million workforce, right? America has over 2 million civilians in their employment, government employees, and you tell them to send an email, right? To say, what did you do last week? Right, that's a huge dent on the chain, the organogram of the company. Yes, because you're not even HR.
Circumventing their direct line managers. And
there's, of course, this pushback. FBI has said, for example, nobody should respond to that because, first of all, you even assume that everybody, what they've done last week isn't confidential, right? So a major part of American civil employment, right, government civil employment, is even around intelligence, right? So FBI is supposed to respond to you. Someone in Navy SEAL is supposed to respond to you saying, this is what we did. We tried to catch it. It just doesn't make any logical sense, right? So, and that's really what happens when you have two extreme cholerics having a yin-yang in government. I always say this thing, and it's really interesting to say that the criteria to be a president in almost any country is actually lower, right, than the criteria to be a primary school teacher, Nigeria inclusive. You know, for example, you don't need to be a graduate to be a president in Nigeria and anywhere else. So you look at someone whose first stint at government is the highest level. That's Donald Trump. Never ran for anything except for president. So it gives you it's a good case study for management. It's very laughable, first of all. And then don't forget the framework for that response, right? How do you send a mail blast to 2 million people? And if they were to even respond, what is the framework for responding and for review what they've done?
Yeah, I mean, I have to play a bit of devil's advocate because, looking at your analysis of the first story and this one, I would be inclined to say I know what side of the fence you sit.
Yeah.
But there's a sense in which he has a principle that he's trying to achieve, putting America first, trying to cut government waste. Those things in themselves are not necessarily bad things. But it's the how that it seems like you and many people have a problem with. So do you agree that the ultimate goal of putting America first, saving taxpayers' money, is a laudable one from the Trump administration?
Absolutely. It's an oxymoron. Like your efficiency is about cost cutting, right? It's the oxymoron. Efficiency is about cost cutting, but the cost of cutting costs is too costly.
Okay,
right? It's like saying someone is so consistently inconsistent, right? It's an oxymoron because let's look at it logically, right? You're trying to get people to send emails. The concept, America first, and what did you do last week isn't bad, literally. It's a pulse check, like he said. It's a pulse check to know who's even going to respond. Because really, ghost working and ghost workers isn't a Nigerian concept.
Everywhere, yes,
absolutely.
It's global.
Absolutely. So we get high-level helicopter view, we get the concept. See how many people are even humans who are sitting behind their laptops to respond. Because 2 million people, half of them probably don't even check their mails, are probably not even working, right? So I get that concept. But like you said, the what makes sense. But the how is extremely faulty.
It's problematic.
Extremely faulty.
Interesting times. There's so much to talk about under the Trump administration. We're going to be busy for years.